So the guys are on site now digging out. So that's the pit that our septic tank is going to go in. They've dug a lot of earth out already. They're still going. They're just loading up actually to take a dumper load over the road to a neighbour who needs some, which helps us get rid of a lot. You can see the septic tank up to them there. Here's a little, not quite sure why they had this. I'm guessing that was hardcore to go down here, but they've ended up using it as a bit of a driveway. And they've already buried a lot of the pipe work. So let's have a little quick look at that. Okay, what we have here, blue line is our fresh water coming down. Big thick black line is our sewage going back up. And the thinner black line is our armoured cable, so that we've got power at the top for the pumps. There's their tape there, so as they run that down along so that no one digs the sewage or anything else up. Big roll of blue pipe there. So they're going to leave this around here so that we've got it ready to take into the house, but you know, obviously we're nowhere near ready for that yet. Sewage pipe's going to be fed along down into that pit when they finish digging it out. You see, while this looks like they've wrecked the field here, they've really actually made it much better. It's much flatter, got rid of all those undulations from the cows, so pretty pleased with that really. So, and up the top here we've got our soakaway area, so you can see a manhole popping out just up there. Underneath our feet here they've already reburied all those the blue and two black lines that we've just seen. They run up to, or the sewage at least runs up to this manhole here. So this is our drainage field. Now it's been reburied. You can pretty much see where they've obviously dug here, and then there's more pipes going out into the ground here. There's some stuff going on over here. A lot of this is the soil they've dug out, but apparently there's some lower areas in this bit here where it's closer to the surface. But this changes our plans really. Luckily it puts it back to what we originally wanted, because we thought the sewage was all going to be in that bottom area here, which meant we were going to plant all our fruit trees up the top, which would block our view from here. We'd just be looking at fruit trees. But now we can plant our fruit trees down there where the digger is now, which means even at their full height they're only going to come to this sort of height here, which covers up the field view a little bit but keeps our main view, which is great. And this whole area here will wildflower seed, which is in the post. We should have that in a few days, so next week we'll be able to come out here and just seed bomb this whole area. There's our septic tank and the macerator and a bit of pipe work. It's pretty big. It's taller than me by a long way. They're going to add another metre to that as well, so it's probably going to be 12 foot tall in the end. That's all got to be buried in that hole. Here's a load of our topsoil. So a decent scoop there's already gone over the road, so you'll probably have another one of them at least. We'll keep some of that topsoil there. Just got rid of one dumper load to the neighbours. It's 150 quid's worth of hauling away we've saved just in one dump. You probably can't tell from the video, but this used to just be lush grass all the way around, and now it's completely gone. But like we were saying, it's not a bad thing really, because it'll grow back. A lot of it will grow back, and we'll wildflower seed the rest of it. And it's evened everything out. There was so much, I mean, it's still a bit bumpy, but it was crazy before. You could never have got a mower over it. It was undulating all over the place. So this has really helped to compress things. And this is the sewage pit. So that now means this whole area is at the floor level of what will be our kitchen. So they're going to have to go down from here to bury that entire septic tank. That's going to get buried, plus a meter, because we have to allow for pipes that are going to come from that end of the house, which is also going to be dug down in level, probably not as low as this, but somewhat. And then it's got to have enough drop to get down into here, so it's the fair way down they're going to be going. There's a lot of material coming out of there. Hopefully we'll be able to relatively discreetly hide it on the land. I don't really want to end up with just the sandstone on the surface. end of the 5th day of the sewage works going on at the barn. You can see now they've got a manhole cover in the distance there, which is where our pipes are all going to connect to from the house, and then that comes through to another manhole here, which is actually the septic tank. So that's what we'll pump the septic tank out from when we need that to be done. There's a ventilation pipe as well. That's all encased in concrete, and it's about 3 meters down, as you'd have seen the hole in the previous clip. And then they've dug another bit here, which is the start of a trench, so you can see the pipe just down the bottom there, and then that's going to be trenched out tomorrow and meet up with that trench over there. So once they've got that done, that piped up, they'll start backfilling all this stuff, smooth this all out, get this all down to level, so it's just a nice gradient from the entrance up into the field. Now you've got to hide this stuff somewhere. That'll all go back down here. Get rid of the diggers and everything will look lovely again, other than the mud. But the plan is to, once they're gone, we've got a sprinkler on order, which should be here in a couple of days. We've got the water pumping out the top with our generator, so we're going to move the sprinkler around, just get that water pumping out, soak this for as much as we can for a few days, get a whole bunch of grass seed down and wildflower seed, and hopefully it'll recover pretty quickly. You can see a lot of the greens coming back already. All of this, which was compacted by the digger mostly and looked pretty dead, has nicely, well, it's filled in. It's not back yet. It's still a lot of stuff that's been killed just from being covered up, but it's getting there. And we've got to spread this pile of topsoil, which we're just going to vaguely spread all over here, where it's kind of bumpy and tracky from these guys. Lots to do. You can see the very bottom down there, there's a pile of topsoil as well, and sort of here, that's the furthest manhole that's on the sort of flattest part. There's another manhole just hidden below the dip there, and there's a raised one there that's going to be cut down later. This topsoil here I'm using to blend all this in and make a nice even slope down, because we have to have it lower than it originally was, but not dramatically, well, dramatically enough to leave all this crap behind. But yeah, it's going well. So that's the next project, get that stuff spread out more here, and then just lose the rest of it in there. And then to come along and to start raking out some of these big stones that have been left behind. It's low, you can see that it's really stony. It gets more and more stony as you go up towards the wall there. Probably can't see in the middle. Oh, I can zoom, here you go. There's a lot of stones all along there. Blech. So we're going to bag them up. Hopefully they'll be useful for foundation work or something. But if we get them into those big 1-ton bags, we can potentially sell it, or at least get rid of it easier.